Yeah. Hi. Hello, friends. So this is a very interesting discussion. So I will present about our relationship of India and Pakistan in a very new light. Uh, so I will try to show how uh, we as people from these two different nations separated over last 70 years or so actually are the same people divided politically because of a colonial insecurity of Hindus and Muslims united as a united front. And our people have also suffered because of few people at the top uh, from from historical times where hunger for power and the lust drove us into two separate nations, and we are sent to war to kill our own effectively. So, and that's why I say here that please spare us. We are not enemies. So this is something that would I would like to bring up this topic because we need to understand that we need to change things here if we are to survive and grow positively economically and also counter a great threat that looms around us. Uh, so we have a common enemy out there. So it's not us, it's someone else. So it's other countries out there. So we have been together over history for a long time. So over hundreds and centuries, many centuries. So we have fought for independence together as united front. If you even remember the Jallianwala Bagh tragedy, if you go back to that history, there are documentaries out there. You will clearly see that the Hindus and the Muslims, even the Christians, Sikhs, everyone were united against the British. So this totally actually scared and really disoriented and scared the British. So at that time they were very worried that they will be trampled over by our strength. So in if you want remember the tragedy in Jallianwala Bagh where many died, innumerable people died, and they were killed uh, without arms, without defense, just because they gathered in a place to discuss peaceful discussion around how to go about the problems that they are facing at that time. So their leaders were in jail. The British were acting rough. They had passed the Black Act at that time. So if you don't know about the Black Act and whatever happened in that time, there is a link. I will share it here so that all of us can see it together. So we have shed a lot of blood together. All the people, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan that we know, these were all one place, one people, all true and true. And it's pretty sad that now I have to call these places by three different names. I uh, it's a bit awkward, almost has become a habit, I'm sure. But if you think even a little bit back in the past, they should not have happened. We are the same people. If you put up some Bangladeshi person or a Pakistani person or an Indian person, you would not be able to clearly differentiate where he is from. You would be frankly, it will take some time. It is not clear. So this is actually, it's there is a common lineage and common kind of rhythm among our people. You can actually sense it, that we are the same people, essentially the same people. We are forced to be different. So I remember my times during my childhood. So I still fantasize about it, about having Pakistani pace attack in our cricket team and the Indian batsmen. Such a formidable cricketing unit it would be it hockey or any sport, right? So I see a lot of prosperity that would have been. Sport is a lighter and way of, you know, uh, accepting our the power that we have together, to realization of the power that we have together. And all great powers attracts insecurity. So British were the people, I think one of the first people they realized that the unity of our people is dangerous. So they, of course, I think everyone knows about this. If you do not know, then you should know that they use a divide and rule policy. So their main, since our masses mostly had Hindus and Muslims, that was the majority, major chunk of the population. So if you divide on the basis, and if you create cracks in the society based on religion of being a Hindu or a Muslim, you actually divide, yeah, I mean, through the heart of the society. You break it actually main, you create a gap where it hurts the most, because that's the largest chunks of our society. Now that's why they targeted the Hindus and Muslims, the British. And this has been pretty long back. It's not the Jallianwala Bagh tragedy. So it had started long back since 1857, which we call the First War of Independence, or First War of Independence. I would not say only for India; it is for the whole of our Indian subcontinent. All countries there is: Nepal, Bhutan, India, Bangladesh, everyone, Pakistan, right? So it's all of us included. So we we have been systematically targeted all throughout history, and I think to a large extent there has been success, and that the very fact that there is an India and a Pakistan and there is a Bangladesh, so all this points to the fact that it was a successful thing. It was well done, or we would have been a country as big as like US, or hmm, a very large country, prosperous country, United Front, right? So basically this is it. We are actually torn apart by the ego and the lust for power of people at the political, and it all started with the British. It all gave people ideas of dividing the people and creating their own domain of control. I control this land, I will be the leader. You don't make me the leader, I will be the leader somewhere else, no problems. So if and if there was some negotiation that could have happened, then that person did not accept. Yeah, I can't give away my place to this guy. Let him have whatever he wants somewhere else. I will keep to this. Now, these are not representations of our people. It is the folly and mistakes of a few people at the top. And we are suffering this day because of them. I don't want to give names. I don't want to point to specific people. I don't want to go back to history. But the outcome is the same. The outcome matters. The outcome is wrong. The thing is that pointing fingers now doesn't help. We have been fighting wars. Our people have been dying. We have been killing our own people. We have been fighting against each other. We are cursed and bruised till date. We are still other countries are still using the same thing. They're selling us arms, weapons, in the name that we are different countries and we need to fight against each other. What bullshit! People are making a business out of it, a booming business. India and Pakistan have billions of dollars invested in arms race. Where are our people? Where is the development? We are creating amazing tech. How to kill each other? Is this development? Is this success? Is this the real science and technology that we envisioned for our future generations? Our hard earned money is going where? In creating missiles, defense systems, tanks, rocket launchers, hand grenades. Come on, we can do better than this. I mean, we could be such a far advanced society, but here we are, fighting on inches of land, systematically trying to kill each other. I mean, how much worse can it get? So I ask you people, everyone out there, I don't care if you are Indian or Pakistani or Bangladeshi. Does it, like, all the killings that goes around, the divide that is happening, especially between India and Pakistan, does this all count? Does this all sum up? There is no answer to this. There will never be, because it doesn't make any sense. No government of any country of these main prevailing countries, India and Pakistan, can answer this. There is no outcome. There will be no outcome. It is foolishness. Foolish things don't have outcome. We have been fighting all the wrong wars all this long. And our people are dying. We're killing our own people. If you see a video from a Pakistani or an Indian, you will understand how much relationship is there between us. We are still families across the borders. The families across in India and Bangladesh borders, and we are different countries. We have divided people all the ways we can, by politically, by religion. That's very sad. So these are some of the stats of the wars, battles that have been fought, and I don't think this even sums up all the numbers. I have not given any. I have not designated the numbers to any specific country, because I don't see them as different. At least from my point of view, they are not different. Our own people has died. I look at a larger picture. I'm not. This is something, we have lost our own people. Civilian deaths are not counted. So many civilians must have died, and they're still getting killed across the LOC. So many Bangladeshis were killed. So many. we're killing our own people, man. This is like ridiculous. And other countries are making a business out of it. The US sold jets, tanks to Pakistan. They made a big lottery, got a big lottery. Russia sold India tanks, jets, submarines, ships, whole lot of weapons, systems, so much money, while our people were dying of hunger. When I say our people, I mean all of our countries. We're buying oil and we're trying to get oil not to run our factories or run cars or anything. We're getting them to run submarines, ships, planes. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like the investments that have been going in the wrong way, it's crazy. I mean, somewhere down the line, we have to reverse all this. We have to think how to reverse all this. We cannot go on like this, right? It's a never ending situation. Someone has to stand up. We have to you have to speak up against. If you feel your government or some entity is doing wrong, we need to stand up and speak up. I mean everyone, whoever is out there. This is entirely so. This is what happens, right? In our history, we have been used. The British used the divide and rule. Then the US and Russians make us arms markets. We grow painfully slow. Our children die of poverty. The poor suffer the most. We are letting it upon us. We let it happen. I don't blame these people. They tried, they were opportunists. They took their opportunity and moved on. We are stuck. And now the Chinese. Now the Chinese are, they are trying to, they also are now into the arms business with Pakistan. They are trying to eat into territories of Nepal, India. Who are these bagais? They were never here. They don't deserve any inch of us. How are we letting them into our lives? This is enraging actually. It's pretty upsetting. The Chinese are the new Nazis actually. They are the new Nazis. They are the modern day Nazis. They're exactly functioning their belief system. There was one main political party which was controlling Germany at that time. And at that time, Hitler had tried to proclaim himself you know, the top leadership, undeniable, who cannot be thrown out of position, right? Seeing that is happening in China now. There's one party, one big party. They don't see any other country as willing to fight them. They have any capability to fight them or stop them. They think they're superior. They're arrogant. They are just using Pakistan's interest to keep fighting with India as a way to keep India busy in this fight on that front. Sell arms to them and put some investments there, whatever they call it, and put more debt traps. That's the same plan they're doing with many other countries, not only Pakistan. And we're letting it happen to us. Now, India has a two front war situation where these people, army people have they designed some doctrine they call cold start doctrine, which they plan to use against Pakistan if there is a war or there is a warlike situation, to basically to neutralize the ability to wage a war, or at least be able to use nuclear weapons. I mean, if a war actually is going to happen, these people are trying will actually plan to strike Pakistan first. If even a war is likely to happen with China, if an all-out war might happen, that will be a disaster if that happens. I mean this because because a country as a general, if you see, no general as a, if I plan, if I would be, I would do the same thing, because I would not want to simultaneously fight two fronts. So what I would do, mainly try to cut one out first, which would be quick, which if I can do it quickly, right, I will do that first. Now for India, they would they would find Pakistan an easy target. So if a war happens, the inevitability that Pakistan, if it chances are that it might end into a war, India will use its this option, which will not be pretty. So at the end, China is the main culprit here. Will will end up having us into a lot more trouble. We need to somehow stop China from getting into our lives, and obviously us fighting each other. I mean, this has been going on too long with no end, no logical end. There is no logical end to this foolishness, this stupidity. So I would definitely so so it's a very clear thing, that a message to everyone. So I know there are a lot of learned and intelligent people out there, very smart people out there who will understand this, and maybe um, some really smart people. I hope some of you will find a way out. Maybe even be able to influence, get some influence in this. We actually need to handle this. We need to have this in control somehow. Oh, I hope, I really seriously do. I hope my video made sense to all of you, my brothers from Pakistan and Bangladesh and India. I hope you all will agree that we are brothers in arms, and we ought to have been one single country. I hope it's very crazy to wish for, but hope we'll be at peace, permanent peace someday, and all the problems will go away, and we'll be happy together someday, very soon. With that, I will say thank you for watching this, and we'll catch up soon sometime later. Take care. Bye.